So I welcome you all to this another generative AI session. We will be developing a movie success rating prediction app using BigQuery SQL and Vertex AI API. Just you need to clone that repository. As I told, we will be programming directly taking data into our system, cloud machine.
Today, we are taking this project to the next steps. We have two parts. The one is data to ML, and the second part is data to Gen AI. So first, we are predicting the score. Then we are asking AI why you gave the score. What was the reason for it? You can see the options as model type, which is logistic regression. It's a linear regression method that uses the odd method out, and it gives output in the binary format.
So, before jumping into this session, I want you guys to go with this on this link, BitLead link. So, please come on this page. Let me know if you guys are on the same page by raising your hands. That A is small. Please remember that while typing. So, what we will be developing today is an application with, like, it will tell us the movie success rating, like you can say prediction app using BigQuery and Vertex AI API. Alright, so you guys will be on this page, right? So from here, you can see launch code lab. This launch code lab is hyperlinked with the code lab which we'll be doing today. So just go on that and open the code lab. If you guys want to access PPT later on, if you guys miss something, if you want to see PPT, you need to use it, you can use it. I have hyperlink that also. And if you want information regarding speakers or anything, you can have it. So I welcome you all to this another generative AI session, and we will be developing a movie success rating prediction app using BigQuery SQL and Vertex AI API. Alright, so we will be using BigQuery, Vertex AI, and Cloud obviously, because these things are necessary. And what you will get is a data set containing like a trained data, and that will be we will be using to predict the movie success rate, and it will be a prescriptive result. Okay, so this is how the end result will look like. Some folks might not see this, but when we will reach the final destination, we will be seeing something like this. You can further expand it by implementing the user interface or anything. Alright. So we'll be using Vertex AI API for this. So anyone know about Vertex AI? Obviously, might have given you information about Vertex AI, what it does and all. Anyone? Let's make it interactive. I know you guys are feeling sleepy and it's 3 p.m. and you guys are here from 9 a.m. I know. But anyone, anything about Vertex AI API? So we will be using Vertex AI API, which is PaLM API, and we will be getting the result through BigQuery. And the approach we will be using in this while developing this application is SQL-based approach. So how the like what is Vertex AI? Explain again. So Vertex AI you can say is a suite, like it is all AI machine learning models under one umbrella, you can say, that Google Cloud offers to use. So if you go to your Google Cloud Console and just search Vertex AI, you will be seeing this Vertex AI dashboard, as you can see in that video. And here you can see all models, APIs that can be used. Alright, so this is a Google Cloud Console. I guess everyone must be familiar with now. If you guys even are from non-tech backgrounds, and Google Cloud Console, anyone have any doubts or anything regarding Google Cloud? What is Google Cloud Console? Why do you use that or anything else? If not, then we can continue. So let's go to Code Lab, and as I told, we will be making movie success rating prediction description and application by using BigQuery SQL and Vertex AI PaLM API. Alright, so I want you guys to go to requirements in the code lab and open your Google Cloud Console. Did you guys create projects like previous those two sessions? Yeah, right? Alright, let's move then. You guys might have written your credits also, so you must have the credits score in your account. So what we will be doing now, we will be invoking the APIs from Vertex AI API. So you just don't need to go here and there. I have set up some things for you. So just come to your Cloud Console and just activate your Cloud Shell. If you guys didn't create a new project, just you guys might have been familiar now, like how you create a project in Google Cloud and how the things works. So by default, it must be configured with your project ID. If not, just go to Code Lab and I guess second slide, and you can see a command. Like I guess ideally everyone have like configured with their project ID. Yeah. So good. So let's move. If not, just run this command, gcloud command, and just paste it over here. And if you need to find your project ID, this is your project ID, and just run that command into gcloud. All right. Hope everyone have active their Cloud Shell. Cloud Shell. Anyone knows Cloud Shell or still have doubts about what is exactly is Cloud Shell is? So Cloud Shell is, let me tell you again. Cloud Shell is where we communicate with Google Cloud and execute some Google Cloud commands for making the movie success prediction description application. We will need to enable certain APIs that includes BigQuery, Vertex AI, PaLM API, and if you guys have paid attention, I told we will be using 3 APIs in slides. Now don't go to slides again and they will tell this wala. I told name of 3 APIs before starting the session, the list of services that we will be using. So we will need to enable those 3 APIs. So if you go to slide or you just go to Code Lab, in the second point in the requirement section, or just go to PPT and second point you can see we'll need to enable APIs. So what APIs will be using? BigQuery ML, Vertex AI PaLM API. Alright. And there is one more API. If you go to Code Lab, you can see it, which is BigQuery Connection API. Alright. So this enabled is hyperlink. So just click on it. You will be redirected to this tab and just click on next, and it will ask you that to enable the API. Remember, while enabling the API, you are making like a decision, because by enabling APIs and all, like they will charge you. Like if you are using a real-time application or something like that. So just click on enable. It will enable all the APIs. You don't have to go to Cloud Shell, type each service name and enable these things. So let me know when you guys enable the all APIs. Just click on enable. It will take some time and will give you a message that it is enabled. Okay. So I hope everyone has enabled those three API, right? And now we need to prepare data for our application to give us prediction on basis. So we have data set prepared already, so you don't need to do anything. So you just need to clone this repository. We will go into that also, but let's go to repository and look how our actual data looks like. So this is a GitHub repo. If you just scroll down, you can see all the gcloud commands that you need to execute and all the steps and all for running this application. So if you just go to CSV file, movies.csv file, you can see the data set. But don't worry, you don't need to copy anything from here. We'll be programmatically getting these things in our cloud. Alright, so just need to go to the code lab, and first we will create data set for storing data. Alright, we will be using BigQuery, so we need to create data set for that. Alright, so just go to code lab at third point, and you will see BigQuery command. So here what we are doing is we are creating a data set named movie_insights, and we will be storing. So first, let's just create the data set. Alright, so I want you guys to copy that command and just paste it into your cloud terminal. So you will the data set will be created. Make sure these things come. And just press enter and just click on authorize. So you will be getting message that movie_insight dataset has been created. Alright. I hope everyone has created their datasets. If not, please let us know. Please call. Akshay is there to help you guys out. So after creation of dataset, you just need to go to the code lab again, and you need to clone that repository. As I told, we will be programmatically taking this data into our cloud machine. So just paste it over here, hit clone command, and just hit the enter. So in my case, the data set is already there, I guess. So in your case, you guys might see different things. Let me know when you guys have created the data set and take the data into your machine. The next thing you need to do is like go to your BigQuery dashboard. Just type BigQuery over here and just click on that first list, and you will be redirected to the BigQuery dashboard. If you just go over here, you can see score description, that is our data set, or the name might be different in your case. So just click over here and you can see the data set we just clone by using git clone command over here. You can just go and explore things if you want. Just by clicking over here, you can see. Alright. So just let's go to CodeLab again. And since we have cloned the repository, so we will just need to change the directory to the current working, like in the folder which will be currently working. Alright. So just copy that cd command to your and just paste it in your cloud shell. Alright. So after doing that thing, we will need to load our CSV file into our table. So for doing that, we will fire a BigQuery command. Alright. So what is if you look carefully to it, so you can see source format, that is CSV, and rows, this is data set name, and this is the table, and this is the file name. Alright, so just copy it, go to your Google Cloud Console and just paste it over here. So data will be loaded to your particular table. So you will be able to look clearly, you will be able to preview that data. Alright, so you can see over here, if you click on preview. Alright, so let's go to CodeLab again. If you guys want to check if the data is there in the table, you can just fire a simple query into your BigQuery Studio editor. Alright, so if you go to CodeLab and you can see select name and limit 3. We are keeping that limit 3, you can increase it if you want, but this being a time constraint, if you want, you can see the data is cloned or just don't copy this thing, just copy this, select, just go to your BigQuery Studio, click on create a SQL query and just paste it over here. And just click on run. Okay, I hope you guys can see it. The records that we just cloned from the repository and all. Or if you don't want to do that, it's completely fine. Just see the data over here. If you just click on preview over here. Alright. Let me know guys if you are done with these things, creating data set, turning data into your cloud system. If you guys have any doubt or anything, please let us know. So moving forward, data to ML. So we'll be you can say we'll be differentiating on what basis the movie has that's successfully great. So for that we'll be using logistic regression algorithm, and that will be explained by Akshay. So over to you, Akshay.
So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Akshay. I'm a senior software engineer, a YouTuber, and Code Vipassana community lead. Today, we are taking this project to the next steps. We have two parts. The one is data to ML, and the second part is data to GenAI. Okay. So let's follow along. So the first part is we have a CSV file with the movie name and its score. Okay. We also have its duration, and we're gonna use an ML model to predict the score of the movie. Okay. Then we're gonna use that data, connect it to a large language model, and ask the AI to describe that why we gave this score to this movie. So first we are predicting the score, then we are asking AI why you gave the score. What was the reason for it? Okay. So let's start with code and parameters, because this is the most important part, and the code lab has very heavy English, so I would clearly explain you with very few words and on point. You still can access the presentation, but again it has lots of data. So let's just dive into the code and we will take on. Okay, so open your code labs. I'll just zoom this so you can see. I hope this is visible right now. Alright. So we are using this create or replace model, which will create a machine learning data set. Alright. You can see the options as model type, which is logistic regression. It's a linear regression method that uses the odd method out, and it gives output in the binary format. We have two variations in that. The one is binary logistic regression. The other one is multi-class logistic regression. So binary is simple, right? It's either true or either it's false. But for our case, we are predicting the score, which can be 0 to 10. Okay, so we have to use the multi-class regression method, but we won't specify it. Right? The BigQuery itself will figure out. We're just giving that it's a logistic regression method. There are many other methods that you can use that I have in the presentation. As you can see, we have linear regression, we have logistic. There are over 21 algorithms available that you can utilize. The other one is auto class weights. So you know that every column has rows, right? Every column has a data, right? For example, if the weight of the one column is higher, it means there is say 50 columns, and the other row has 40 columns. Here our probability will get affected, right? Those 10 extra columns, rows probably, will affect our probability of the output. So in this case, we are saying that auto class weight is true, right? So it should be undivided. The weights of all the columns should be equal. The other thing is data split method. So data split is basically useful when you have a large amount of data, where by training the data, you will split the data into multiple sets, right? But in this case, you need to provide an additional data category, like the column, okay? Because say for example, I need to separate say English movies with Hindi movies, right? So in this case, we could use the data split method to auto split, or there are other methods as well. For now, as we have just simple set of movies, using those split. We have two more options: model registry, Vertex AI model version analysis. This is just registering the BigQuery, the data warehouse, to the Vertex AI. Now, in this way, you can actually access the BigQuery machine learning inside Vertex AI. That's a deep integration. You can definitely skip this part. Next is input label columns. This is the actual data which the model will predict. For us, it's code. So if you remember, Dhiraj showed you the data. I will just once again will show you that. So we will just copy this. We will go to the query editor. We will paste this here. So you can see name of the movie, rating, you have genre, and you have. Well, actually, we don't need this. I will just. And you have runtime, right? Runtime is just the amount of minutes the movie is. Now we're going to use the genre, the runtime, to predict the score. So I can actually, there is another column called, I think it's called data cat. It's data underscore category. Let me check if that is true. Yeah. So we have two data categories here. One is test and one is train. Okay. So why we will do this is first we will train the algorithm. So we need a separate column to train the algorithm. And then we will use the test. So why we use the test is because we're going to use that in the next step, which is taking that to the large language model. Any confusion so far? This is an important step. This is how we start data to ML. Right? So we're going to go back to our query, which was, I think, here. Okay. So here you can see we are selecting name, gender, runtime, and score. If you want anything extra, you can add it here. These are the variables it will use to put the data inside input label columns. This code. This is the output of the model which will predict, right? So data input column is the main column, you can say, where your output will be predicted. And here you can see where data category is equals to train. Now we are just putting the training data. We are just training the model. Okay. So just run this. It will take a couple of seconds and it will train the data. So genre is basically comedy, horror, romance, like that. Okay? And you can ask if you have any doubt in this option. Yeah. Which variables? Yes, yes. So we are in the where clause. I'll just show you the code. So here if you go now, you can see select. So here you can put whatever category you want. So here there is genre. So as you said that you want the categories. So if you have a separate category of data, you can even put that inside it and it will predict according to that. So you can have a column as location as well. Then
What I meant is, so runtime has numerical values, right?
yeah,
But in genre, you have string values.
text value, yes.
Usually, when you're training a machine learning model, you have to convert encode into something else. You convert it into numerical and policies.
Yes, matrices.
So we are doing that right now. So the question is, it automatically handles all of that.
Yes, yes, that the BigQuery ML handles that. So it's, behind the scenes, this is all mathematics, but it's actually checking the probability of say specific genre has specific score. So they will predict that this movie belongs to this genre. So the predicted score could be between 4 to 6, like that. So I hope the execution is completed. It says successfully created model, name model rating by runtime genre. You can actually go to the model as well. And here you can see the training data. And here's a matrix which you can see, like the precision, and you can see the description as well. You can actually go refer the code lab and read the theoretical value. We will skip to the next step. Now we have the training data. Now we will predict using ml.predict method in SQL. Okay. Here you can see we just created this model rating underscore runtime general column, okay, data set. So we're going to use that. We will select all values from movie score. So movie score is actually the column name, where data category is equals to test. Okay? It's not train now. Train was earlier. Now we are using data category as test. So copy this code. You can open in a new query editor. So as you can see, we have predicted score, and we have predicted score probability, and we have this actual probability, and the ID, and the name. Okay. So we have the predicted output now. That's the machine learning part. Okay. The next step is data to generative AI. So now we have the predicted movie score, but why we choose this score? We want a description, right? So we're gonna, with the BigQuery machine learning, we're gonna create an external connection to a large language model or LLM. Why? Because we don't have enough data to suggest that why this score was chosen. Ideally, for example, if the genre comedy has more score, actually other genres with the same comedy might also have a good score, right? But there might be some factors like the location or the timing during which the movie is shot, right? So we will ask the Vertex AI, or in this case it's PaLM, the LLM model, that why the score was chosen and what is the significance behind this. So what we will do is, there are two things. We will connect a BigQuery machine learning to the large language model. We have the movie score, if you remember. We will provide that movie score to the large language model, and then we will ask a prompt. So we have two data. We have data of large language model, okay, and we have a data of our own movie score prediction. So this is basically creating an external connection methodology. What I will do is, all I have to do is just go to BigQuery editor, okay. Click on this add icon. You can see connections to external data sources. I hope everyone is on the same page. Okay? Here you can choose connection ID. It's better you keep it as it is. Just copy this same connection ID. Because we're going to use that connection ID in the next steps. So it's better you don't experiment with the names. We'll get errors. Okay? Make sure to choose the same region. So I think we are here choosing region as US Central Lower A. Okay, so here select region US Central Low A. Okay, I hope everyone is on the same page. Create connection. Don't want an encryption while it's asking me to. Okay, sorry. Connection type should be Vertex AI remote models, model functions, and BigQuery. Okay, choose this one. Make sure the region is US Central Low A, and create a connection. You can go to the connection. So what we did, we connected our BigQuery to the large language model, the Vertex AI. Here you can see service account ID. Copy that. I hope everyone is on the same page. Make sure to copy service account ID, not connection ID. You want service account ID. Once you create an external connection. Copy that. Search for IAM. I can actually leave the work as well. So if you could save that file, it's fine. If you don't save it, that's fine. You have the code lab. Here, click on grant access. In the principal, paste the service account ID that you copied in the last step. In the assigned role, just type Vertex user. Vertex AI. I hope everyone is on the same page, right? I can pause. Yeah. Okay, I will pause. So, I will repeat it again. Create an external connection. Select big lake or remote functions. When you create, go to the connection, copy the service account ID. In the search bar, go to IAM. In the IAM, create on new access, grant access. Paste the service account ID. And here select Vertex AI user. Vertex AI user, click save. So basically it's just a security policy that your BigQuery is able to communicate to XML LLM model. Now just copy the create ML model. So here you can see we are creating a new model, okay? But we are connecting with the LLM model. Okay? Here you can see Cloud AI large language model V1. So this is the actual LLM model. If you wish to change, you could change the model as well. It's based on your use cases, your project use cases, and how valuable the data is. You don't want to give rich data. So this is a trusted LLM model which Google Cloud has. So we are using that model. Copy that and paste it into your BigQuery. So you can go again to BigQuery. Click on add. I will paste. So now we are actually connecting our BigQuery to the large language model with the service type as Cloud AI large language model V1. There's actually V2 as well, but we are using V1 as of now. So you can see successfully created model name LLM model. So this is a little bit longer. So now we're going to generate the actual prescription, right? Earlier we did prediction, now we will do prescription. Now we have the LLM model as well, and we have Vertex here. Okay. What we will do is, you can see there is something called ML underscore generate underscore text result predictions. It has an array of 0, and it has something called content and safety attributes. Content is actually the same data that we just predicted. That is the content, and there is safety attributes. It's just a filter so that we don't get false data or wrong movies. Okay. There you can see ml.generate text. These are the classes we can utilize. And again, the model is movie insights underscore LM model. The model just we created, which we provide the access for, right? You can have your own custom model, or you can have both, best of the both worlds. We have the LLM model. We have even imported. So we have the LLM model here, and we have imported our data here. Right? Now you can see the prompt, right? Here the prompt engineering comes into the picture. How you ask question to AI. So here it says, from the following text about movies, what do you think are the factors influencing a movie score to be greater than 5? Right? So we are actually filtering. So movie score above 5, we are providing the data, and tell me what factors are affecting that score. Okay. Now we need to provide the data. So we are just using concat to combine both the strings. And here you can see a movie named with all the column names. So we have name, we have country, with the sensor rating of, we have rating. So you specify sensor rating, right? Which rating is that? It's a sensor rating. The budget, the company, runtime, general, star, has a success score of the score. Alright? So it will kind of filter the score above 5 and will tell you why it gave that score. Right? And here you can see where score as integer is greater than 5. Simple. And the limit is 50, you can increase that limit. Now there are some other parameters. You can see structure, point to as temperature, and max output tokens. Now these parameters actually comes to the picture wherever you use Vertex AI or text-based LLM models. Okay. Let's dive into that. Okay. Alright. So here you can see there's a nice diagram by this source called docs.co.com. So here you can see the name of a country is the text question that we are asking to the AI. Now, whatever options that we have, whatever answers, the actual countries are actually tokens. They are tokens. Here when we say max output tokens, it means that how much response you want. Because 100 tokens is, as you can see, 60 to 80 words. Okay? So if you want short response, lower the token value, max token output. We can also call it sampling token. If you want more data, increase the token value. Default is 40. Okay? So here, for example, the default is 50. So we have 50 country names. Okay? Then there is temperature. So temperature is basically sampling frequency. So the lower the temperature, the more accurate the data of the text model is. Okay? For example, in this case, it's 0.2 or 0.5. Right? So it will be highly accurate. If you give 1, it will be okay. If you get higher than 1, it's probably it's actually 0 and between 1 only. So 1 is the maximum value. But temperature works better with 2 more parameters. It is called top P and top K. Let's dive into that. Okay. So top K. So top K is sampling range. Okay. So basically, for example, I have the max output tokens as 50 countries. Okay. Now I have the 50 countries for data. Now I say that top K value is say 40. Right? The default value is 40. So it means that out of that 50, it will select top 40 tokens that has the highest probability. Okay? Out of 50, out of max tokens, the highest probability is the top K. So here it is, say 40. So it will select 40 probable tokens. Okay? That's your max output token. So the lesser the value, the more accurate the value will be. The lesser the temperature, the more accurate the output will be. Now, it is based on the temperature value. So, for example, if I am selecting a lower top K value, say 3. So, it will out of 50, it will select 3 most countries. But I say that temperature is 1. So, out of this 3, the selection would be random. But if you say 0.1 temperature, out of that 3, the selection would be highest probability, be 0.0005. So this is how you can actually tweak the text generation model as per your convenience. The other one is top P. Top P is the sum of probabilities. So earlier it was probabilities, right? The max probability. Now it is sum of probabilities. So if I say the probability here is say 1.15%, right? So the total of 2 should match 15%. That's your top P value. So the probability of both 2 should be top P value. Okay? So here actually the default is 1. So the tokens are selected for the most top K value to least probable until the sum of the probabilities equals top K value. So in this case, if they say I say top P is 15%, so both totals should be 15. Otherwise, it will just discard that total. Okay. I hope it was clear. Any doubt in this? This is with any text generation model, right? These parameters. We're going to create a new query. Paste that. Now here you can tweak the prompt engineering. Say, now I ask here, give me a reason why the score was selected. You can completely change the context. You can actually completely change the app. You can say, give me the movies which has least score. So you probably made an app which gives you the most top movies, right? So in this way you can change the prompt, and as per your convenience you can design your app. So here as you can see, it says generated text. So this text is actually generated from the Vertex AI. So it says based on the provided information, it is difficult to determine the exact factors influencing a movie score to be greater than 5. However, some potential factors that could contribute to a higher successful score. Now as you can see, this is n1. It's not human understandable. Let's flatten this output. So the next step basically adds this true as flattened JSON output. So that's a JSON output. It converts it into user understandable format. So you can actually run in this new click on run. You can actually skip the earlier step and just run this one. It's the same thing, but just flatten the JSON. So it removes all that //n and everything and makes you a readable format. Now it is a little bit here, right? There's no underscore n and everything. So, however, some potential factors that could contribute to a higher success score include genre. Crime movies generally tend to have lower success scores compared to, say, others. So I can actually just expand this one. So I think token was too much, so it's actually flowing out of the context. So here you can see the prompt, right? So that concat thing that we just created, that was a question. You can actually tweak the question and you get the answer. So it says the crime movie generally tend to have lower scores. And again, the comedy movie would definitely have a higher score. You can again tweak this, you can change the prompt, you can change the score, you can tweak with this output. Now we'll end the session with a little introduction about Code Vipassana. So it's a no-profit organization that is backed by Google, and we help developers to learn about Google Cloud and develop a really good apps. So you can join our free sessions. It's season-wise. We have upcoming season as well. It's an online free session, so you can definitely attend. You also get free Google Cloud credits. This is our meetup group, so whenever a new event comes, we post there, so you can join us. So that was a wrap. We'll end up with a nice quote. It says, "Cloud is a digital wonderland of Internet of Things, powered by artificial intelligence and big data." Now, just during the lunchtime, we were discussing with some folks about how the AI has actually took over the Web3, but we hope that Web3 also comes back because it's also a really good tech. And actually Google Cloud has Web3 support as well. But yeah. But what if the AI, ML and Web3 gets connected? It would be really great, right?
And if you guys have like any difficulties like joining the meetup group, you can just go to the link that I just shared while starting the session. You can also join the Discord channel of Code Vipassana and like LinkedIn for follow-up and any more. And if you guys didn't scan that QR code, you can just go here and click on visit here. You will be redirected over the meetup group. Alright folks, that's it. Thank you so much.
So it seems everyone liked the session. There were so many claps. Thank you. So you can actually join the Discord group as well if you have any questions.
Yeah.
Or you can reach out to us. I think we can wrap this session. Thank you for listening us for this long. Thank you everyone. Bye.
Have a good day.